Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. Last episode, we took a look through the catacombs located under Copper Lane here. Killed a whole bunch of slimes and skeletons and the like, and also found hints of, what is essentially an intelligent undead who may know about where this person that someone was looking for is, although I am a little bit concerned about what we'll find. He wants us to do something for him so that he can tell us, and that's going to be concerning, but we'll try what we can. Anyway, with this area explored, and while we did find a path to something else down there, we'll save it for another time. Right now, we can go to First Fires or Brackenbury. I say we go look through Brackenbury, and we'll go to First Fires after that. Let's see what we find here. 12 minutes. Okay, that's not bad. And here we are in Brackenbury, which is... okay. A narrow passage. Raymond Manor. I think this is actually someplace we need to go into because of a piece of paper that we happened to find. I think someone was going to try and rob this guy. Speak softly around the Lord's daughter, Lynette. She is sensitive. Alright. Well, let's go through here. Not gonna steal anything. The labels, all perfectly angled outward, boast an array of fine vintages. However, they're all covered in dust. Father never reads to me. He's always busy with his own books. More Raymond guards. There's Lord Raymond. More servants. The skins are so bright and red, it looks as if someone has taken the time to polish each fruit individually. Sprigs of dried lavender and a rosemary infuse the kitchen with a fresh aroma. Okay. So, Lord Raymond... well, first. The ledger lists quantities of wheat, copper, and weirwool. A deep crease along the spine suggests that the book never closes.
Hail, traveler.
Lord Raymond holds a shipping manifest in his well-manicured hands. Despite his expensive clothes, he has the sallow complexion and restless air of a man who devotes all of his days and most of his nights to work. If you have business to discuss, make an appointment with my attendant. I don't have time for unexpected visitors. Tell me about yourself. He snaps the pages in his hands. I am lord of this house and not prone to idle chatter. If you have no business here, I suggest you be off. He doesn't look up from his papers.
Hail and well met.
You again? I've uncovered a plot to rob you. He lowers his papers and looks at you for the first time. Is that so? Let me see that. He scans the parchment with the speed of an expert clerk. When he returns his attention to you, his tone is brisk and businesslike. You've done this house and this city a great service. I'm certain you will consider this an adequate reward for your labors. What will you do now? Lord Raymond pinches crisp, sharp creases into the note. Eliminate the competition. Ooh, 2,000 copper and a ring of unshackling. The letter was signed AD. Does that mean anything to you? I suspect it means Abracan Domino, the scion of House Domino. A look of disgust crosses his face. A pampered, pandered lad if there was one. He's ruthless, I'll give him that much. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the wits to match his appetites. Tell me about House Domino. They were once an eminent and admired house. Now they're just a den of thieves. Back in the Deerwoods colonial days, the Domenils were respected members of the ducal court, which is why it was so surprising that they remained loyal to Adir during Hadrit's rebellion. When Hadrit and the Deerwood won independence, the Domenils lost their favor, but not their wealth. Rather than return to Adir like other loyalist houses, they dug their heels in here and turned from politics to commerce. In one way of looking at it, they simply partnered with the wrong side. Not that they haven't prospered since, in their own way. Lately, they've been seeking to carve out a new niche for themselves, one right between the Crucible Knights and the Dozens, it seems. What's so important about this gem? The heart of White March is a nearly flawless diamond. It's also the patrimony of the dwarves of White March. It was seized by an Adirian lord in the early days of colonization, and the dwarves haven't forgotten it. Now the knights and the dozens are both bidding for it to make a peace offering to the dwarves. Whichever party buys it, the dwarves will make useful allies for their fine spay, especially these days. Farewell, then. Okay. Ooh! A whole load of level ups! Oh, let's do the leveling. Laniara, you're up first. We've got a fair bit of survival, and I think survival is something good, as well as lore. So we'll put a point in survival and a point in lore. Because I feel like it would be good. And we've got a talent here. Let's see. Interesting that we can't do a weapon specialization. We can do bonus knockdown or rapid recovery. Rapid recovery would probably be good. Let's see. Field triage, friendly target. That's actually a good thing to have, I think. You'd be able to heal someone. Then again, weapon and shield style. No. Field triage. That will give us health. Go for that. Alright, Adair, you're next. You can do athletics and survival. Good. Next we have... Let's see, Weary Defender, bonus knockdown. Something I wonder, if anyone can tell me, does one-handed style stack with sword and with weapon and shield style? That's what I'm curious about. Unstoppable, body control. Superior deflection actually would be good. Which gains extra deflection. That would be useful. Oh, I see. Wound binding is for yourself. Field triage is for others. Okay, that's fine then. Envenomed strike, no. Definitely not marksman or gunner. Don't use implements. Extra interrupt. That's actually not the worst idea. Or maybe I should, maybe I should just give him a bonus knockdown. Lets him use it. Well, I haven't been using it very much, and I don't really need to. I'll give him weapon and shield style as well. Let's see. Next, we have Durance. You grumpy little... Can't put any points into mechanics, but I will save up the points so that we can do it next time. Bonus second level spell. That is definitely something I want to do, so take that. Next, we have Aloth. I feel like points in lore would be useful. I guess a point in... Oh, we don't really need mechanics. We got someone for that, so save up the points. And we've got... Let's see, what spells are we going to take here? Can only pick one. Foe AoE. That's general AoE. That protects yourself. Let's see. That's interesting, which... Actually... No, not that one. For 84 seconds, causing burn, freeze, corrode, or shock damage. Okay, this might actually be useful, since it would last for a while when he does damage. And get around his normal things. Or arcane... You know what? Let's go with Kalakoth's minor blights. And as for this, we've got a lot of deflection. Smash an enemy with the Grimoire. And penetrating blast. I think that's actually the good one. Okay. Next we have Kana. Kana should take lore, I think. It fits for him. And you get a new spell. Let's see. Foe AoE Paralyze. That would be useful. Summon Worms. I want to make this guy a summoner. Summon Will-O-Wisps. Terrify Foes. A lot of defenses, basically. Charm enemies, and friendly people heal. 2 bouncing beams of pure light that restore endurance and grant immunity to frightened and terrified on all allies struck by them. That's also good. But paralyze might not be bad. But, like I said, I want to make him a summoner. So we'll give him the ability to summon a bunch of worms. And you also get, let's see. I don't think you have anything specific here. You're using an arquebus, aren't you? Then again, gunner. Gunner you definitely need. Because then you'll reload faster. Okay, go with gunner. And now for the last one. Segani. Can't get any points in survival, but you can put some into stealth. We've got, let's see, Vicious Companion. Trains the ranger's animal companion in vicious attacks, causing it to deal more damage and penetrate damage reduction with each hit. Good. Ranger's aim becomes deadlier, making his or her wounding shots more accurate. Animal companion gains damage reduction, and animal companions do small amounts of sneak attack damage against targets that qualify. Let's go with Vicious Companion. That sounds like it would be good. Buff the little fox. Okay, and, you, can we modify... Okay, you have a couple of spells. Harms anything in its path. You know what? Let's switch that out for Kalakoth's Minor Blights. I feel like that'll be useful. Okay. Now then, let's take a look upstairs. I have a feeling they may get angry at us for being up there, but we'll see what we can see. The old serving woman regards you with bleary eyes. Begging your pardon, but I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to return downstairs. Visitors aren't permitted on the upper floor. Alright, back downstairs. I had a feeling. Alright, let's leave. We've done a good thing. And we got a level up from it, so that's also nice. And thank you for the information from the person in chat who told me that one hand does not stack while using a shield, most likely. The Charred Barrel. Okay, then. This is probably the inn or tavern in this area. Let's see what we got. Thristwin. Heartless bitch. The young elf is dressed in gaudy robes and he seems ready to cast off. He picks at a heavily brocaded sleeve and continually adjusts the gold chain around his neck. He looks up at you. Did she send you to run me out of town? You can tell her I'm not going anywhere without that medallion. I told Cyril I wouldn't let her sell it. If that's what you're here about, then save yourself the trouble. He puffs up his chest but glances at the exit. What are you talking about? If you have to ask, then you're obviously not here to shake me down. Cyril's a courtesan over at the Salty Mast in Andra's Gift. We've been working together for over a year now. I find a noble with more money than sense, fill him up with liquor, and send him her way. They have a good time, and Cyril takes her fee. And a little extra. He rubs his fingers together. 100 coppers here, a trinket there. It's a bounty for us, and these lords and ladies never notice anything missing. That's dishonest. He narrows his eyes. It's surviving. He points a finger and one ruby ring catches the light. If those nobles have more wealth than they can hang on to, why should they keep it? Anyway, we always split the bounty. Until a week ago. He squeezes his lips into a tight frown. She takes a necklace off some noble. It's an Engwithan medallion, damn near priceless. That relic is sacred to my clan, but she won't part with it for any sum I could afford. He tugs at the gold chain around his neck. And even if I wanted to, I can't go home without it. Sagani's brow furrows in pity. That's a hard thing. Tell me more about your situation. He picks at the hem of the sleeve. What do you want to know? What makes this medallion so important to you? I grew up in Air Glanfath with the Shattering Spear clan. We Glanfathans have protected Engwithan ruins for thousands of years. It's the one duty the gods ask of us in exchange for the freedom to live as we please. He fidgets with an emerald ring on his pinky. But treasure hunters looted the ruins in our territory, and we left the wilds we dwelled in for generations. Most of my clanmates scattered to towns around the Deerwood and probably live on crusts of bread. He looks at his embroidered robes with disgust. Restoring this medallion to the ruins would earn us the gods' forgiveness. The Shattering Spear could go home. This is all rather fascinating. A single medallion to earn the gods' favor and so return home. It rather reminds me of a story I heard. Somewhere. Tell me about Cyril. She's a courtesan at the Salty Mast over in Andra's gift. She wasn't born to much, but she's done what she has to in order to escape that. He gazes at a string of amber beads around his wrist. She's a good friend. He folds his arms in his trailing, wrinkled sleeves. Without her, I'd probably be living hand-to-mouth like the rest of the Shattering Spear. But this isn't about her or me, it's about the 40 people in my clan and the way of life we've held on to for generations. You seem like you've done well enough for yourself. He clenches his heavily adorned hands. It was this, or scrape by in the gutters like the rest of my clan. But I'd give it all for that medallion. I offered to, but it's worth more than anything I've got, and Cyril knows it. I still don't understand why you can't take your money and return to Air Glanfath. Of course I could, but that's not the point. A community isn't a place, it's a connection to history and meaning. Like an anchor. Defending the ruins for the gods gave us a purpose. Without that, we're adrift. Does that make any sense to you? Yeah, it kinda does. Then you know what it's like. How to care for something you can't explain. That's all I wanted to ask. So, will you help me get the medallion? I'll see about getting it from Cyril. You'll find her at the Salty Mast. The only way anyone sees her these days is by paying, so you'll have to go through Maya. But whatever you do, please don't hurt her. Alright. Each plate and utensil has been polished to a spotless shine. The thin-stemmed goblets ring melodiously at the strike of a fingernail. The scripts and props belong to a production of The Most Unfortunate Tale of Favia and Bernat. Abelhart Scarion.
Greetings.
The man is dressed in neat but functional clothes. His sun-wrinkled skin and limber musculature reflect a life spent in the wilderness. Well met! What brings you to the Charred Barrel? Who are you? I was a cartographer for the Duke for decades. He rubs his neatly stubbled cheek. Crossed the White March half a dozen times and mapped most of the ruins of Thane Bog. He grins, flashing a gold tooth. A good career, but one suited to younger men. When I came back to Defiance Bay for good, Cliver and a few other friends in the Knights helped me get the rights to refurbish this place. There's strong ale, quality entertainment, and a fresh sea breeze. What more could a man want? Is this your place? Oh, it's my retirement. Used to be a warehouse back when Brackenbury saw more ship traffic, but it fell out of use when the area became mostly residential. I inherited it from some great uncle who'd never had any luck pawning it off on my cousins. Now it's the most popular spot in Brackenbury. The nobles come to unwind, and kith from other districts come to mingle. We get a few rough types too, but they behave in here. Besides, their coin's as good as anyone else's. Let's see your rooms. +2 perception, +1 stealth, or +2 intellect and +10 will. Not keen on them. Recruiting adventurers, yeah, simple. Store, got a fair amount of food, and that's all we got there. I don't think we have anything to sell. No, we didn't loot anything. Alright, this is obviously the kitchen, and there's a cellar. The oven smells of roast game hen and baking bread. Let's see if there's anything of note in the cellar, I guess. Oh. Let me save here for a moment. Okay, bandits. Just having a little chat with my associates. So nothing else. Pale yellow and deep amber whiskies from the Deerwood and the Living Lands rest side by side. Flasks of the infamous Soul Burn of the Deadfire Archipelago are nestled next to crystal clear Nasitak and Glamfallen spirits. The proprietor has collected a respectable variety of bottles from around the world, from tart Adir Reds to sweet summer wines of Rawatai. Okay, I didn't expect there to be a couple bandits down there, but if they're peaceful and not going to attack us, I guess we won't attack them. Well, let's take a look upstairs. Alright. Just a few rooms, it looks like. Some nobles here. Names here, gold names. This ashtray is painted with colorful waves and whorls in the style of Rawatai. This map of the Deerwood and Aer Glanfath appears to predate the discovery of some of the ruins in the east. It's signed by the cartographer, A. Scarion. Ah, the guy who owns the place. Mayor Whiff. I'll speak with you in a moment. This map charts routes through the White March. An ixamital water jug fashioned from white clay. Alright, who are you? Merewith watches you through kohl-rimmed eyes. She puts her hand on the hilt of her blade, jangling the jewels that hang from her wrist. We don't know each other, stranger. Best we keep it that way. What brings you to the charred barrel? Merewith raises an eyebrow. What's it look like? Good wine and a little peace and quiet. She flips a copper coin with her thumb. And Scarion doesn't ask too many questions. You don't seem like a Brackenbury local. I'm a sailor, and a liberator of certain goods. And the nice thing about the snobs here is that they're usually too polite to ask more. I'll be going then. Alright, I have a feeling we may be interacting with her later. Alright, that seems to be all there is in here. At least for now. We have a quest, but we'll need to go to another area to do it. Anything else here? Or do you have anything to say? Well, the answer appears to be no. There's a lot of Adra. Alright. And over here we have the Sanitarium, Andra's Gift, First Fires. Alright. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. A few minutes short, maybe, but this seems like the point to pause. Next episode, we'll look through the rest of this place and see what we can find. Till then, I am Chester44, also known as Phalai. That is Laniara, Adair, Durance, Aloth, Kana, and Sagani. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity, and I shall see you all next time.